Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Day 2 here on October-thon, and we're down here at the pig pen. We're getting her cleaned up, and we're getting ready to tear all this wire out right here and try to make it a little bit more usable for the future. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to just go ahead and carry this on down this little lane right here over to that post, which I may reset, being as how it's leaning over so hard. And then on the inside, we're going to take this wire off and get rid of it. The pigs have not been doing very well with it lately and the last couple of years, so we're going to take this wire off and we're going to leave these T-posts in the ground, but we're not going to put nothing there. But when we're in the fall or spring, in the spring, when we're getting ready to haul them out of here to butcher, this makes a nice little alleyway right here. And we backed the trailer up over here last time. It worked out really good, but we're just going to have a panel that we'll bring in here and lean up against those T-posts. But in the meantime, they'll have open area all the way through here, and then of course all the way into the back. My wife's already started cleaning up back here, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. We got some more stuff to pick up over there, but it's looking pretty good. So get this going. I want to try to make a deal on some pigs here in the next day or two, hopefully. Depends on what's available though. So I mean, you don't know, but we want to be ready if they're available. So we're gonna get to tearing this out and see what we come up with, try to make it usable. Little side note, as we're tearing this apart, I was thinking about sometimes when we're chasing the chickens, we'd get down in this alleyway trying to get them, and of course they'd give us the slip right here, and I ain't crawling through there every time, so I got to go all the way back around out there, back around, and then they're gone. So this might fix that little problem. We'll be able to step over all this hopefully, and they won't give us the slip anymore. A little bonus. Well, moving along, we got some of the wire down. We're gonna keep working at it, but it's been a long time coming, guys. We've if you've been with us for a couple years, you know we've been tearing out some wire fences, old structures from years ago, and trying to replace them with some wood and things that aren't as dangerous for the animals when they're in enclosure. And so this is kind of a long time coming. Feeling pretty excited that we're getting it done, and can't wait to see what it looks like. All right, guys, so we're moving along, tearing out, and we have had a change in plans. My mom came down, had a really neat idea that she spit out there, and we kind of ran with it, and I think we're going to do it. So she thought maybe we just bring it all the way over to here with the chicken fence, reinforce it with some boards along the bottom, obviously, so the pigs can't get into that chicken wire. But so we'll bring a board up about the height of our little pig fence, yay high, and run it all the way down here, all the way down. And then I thought, well, if that's the case, let's get rid of this fence right here, which would totally open it up to the back. And then we thought we would put a gate across this whole opening right here. In other words, not a lot of fence building going to go on, so this is a total change in plans, but this might be pretty sweet. If we put a gate over there, when it comes time to clean this little booger out, I can drive my tractor in, clean this out. With this little fence gone right over here, I have room to get between the chicken coop and this fence, come back here and clean out this mess, which you might remember from the past had to be done by hand. Like I remember my wife and Austin got back here and pitched it over the fence. I came and scooped it right over here, but that would be sweet. So yeah, good job, Mom and Carrie, and I kind of jumped in on the ideas, and we put it all together and came up with something pretty cool, I hope. So it's got to be flexible, guys. Let's change order. So as I'm taking this apart, I took those screws out. I think I'm going to try to leave this intact, and maybe I could use it somewhere else, perhaps to protect my building. I don't think it's quite long enough for in between there, but I might be able to use this on something else. So I'm going to keep that intact for now and hopefully save myself some work. But this is exciting. All right, it's nice getting out here and doing a project, and all of a sudden you got 2 or 3 brains putting together and come up with a good idea, and hopefully it'll work out pretty good. But man, it's going to be nice getting that tractor in here at the end of the season to clean it out. It's going to be real nice. Boy, guys, look at those clouds coming in. They're pretty dark over here, making their way this way. We're supposed to get some rains today. I don't know if it's going to happen. They said we were supposed to get rains last night. It didn't happen, but if it does happen, this might turn into a 2-day project because it's supposed to be a pretty good little rain. We'll see what happens. We'll keep working up until the time it happens, and hopefully won't be too far from finished. Oh, look at the vicious little dog in her element hunting. What are you finding, Daisy? Huh? What do you got in there? It's just a post hole. She's digging a post hole for us. Thanks, Daisy. Good girl, good girl. So we got all the posts out. We got the tractor in the pig pen. This is all opened up. And we decided that I probably should go ahead and do a little cleanup before we get working on the front gate. So I'm going to come back here where these chickens are in this old hay and straw and everything that the pigs wasted, and going to start scooping it up and hauling it out. This might take a little while, but hopefully we can beat the rain. Look at that turkey. What is going on with this turkey? Look, I had his little head hid there, but man, the chickens are having a good time back here today. Look at them. Well, let's get to cleaning up, see if we can't get done before the rain hits. So our minds keep on working, and we're adding to our list of to-do lists in here. So my wife was like, hey, let's take this wire out, right? Because we got the rails behind there, and we could add a couple rails if we need to. So we decided, let's go ahead and do that. In the meantime, I'm thinking, let's tear this out and kind of start over with this little pig hut. We have some issues over here where little Joe's been just tearing apart the roofing, and I've always been a little bit upset that I never peaked it in the middle a little bit where it would shed a little bit more. So we're going to try to maybe do something like that. Not a total rebuild, but if we can kind of just modify it a little bit, make it a little bit better, give it kind of a peak to shed some water, to shed some snow, it'll make it easier for us. And we thought, let's just carry right on in over here. We had some old wire behind here that's been here for years up against this jack fence. We put some boards there years ago trying to contain some animals, and it's just kind of a hodgepodge of a mess. And so my wife and I decided, hey, if we're gonna do this, let's keep doing it. She's like, if we're gonna do it, let's do it right. So we're gonna tear all this out right here, guys, and start over fresh. We'll probably just add rails in on the outside of the jack fence to kind of fill in the gaps the little pigs can't get out. Like that gap back there, you know, there'd be a couple rails go right across there all the way down to keep them in there. But it'll be a little bit safer for everybody, less wires. And I like less wires, and the more wood the better. So this is going to be a 2-day deal, guys, but we're going to keep going till the rain comes. Come on. Well, let me show you what we got going on over here. We've managed to avoid the rain for quite a while. It's just kind of dancing around the valley, so no big deal. But this mess that was over here was about 8 to 10 inches deep. Just a stinky mess that the pigs left from last time. And we got the majority of it out, with a little around the edges. However, I'm just not worried about that. It's a pig pen. So we're going to leave that for the next pigs to kind of nose around in, and then we'll start giving them some fresh stuff. This is slick and pretty stinky, so a little while of drying out is going to do that a favor, and hopefully it'll be a while before it gets that bad again. And things are moving along. While I was doing that, my wife was over here, and she got all this wire and boards and everything off of there. except for one piece so far, but she's cleaned that up real nice. And that has been in there for a decade. It's been in there for like a decade. It's been a long time, huh? Well, good to clean up. Okay, let me run over here real quick to the garden. If you guys were with us yesterday and you seen that we were pulling pumpkins out and things like that because we had a hard freeze coming in. And FYI, it might be 50 today. We cooled off quite a bit. Let's go over here real quick and I'll show you what happened. Just a real quick side note for you guys that are following along. That cold weather came in and really put the pounding on it, but because we were able to double up on our sheets, actually triple up. We had 3 sheets on everything. It all, you know, it still got a little bit of frost there, but it held it off. We're still alive, and as far as I can tell, the forecast, we might have some days coming up that this might still keep growing, but it is looking pretty scary in here. Anyways, guys, we were able to save them. I think it was a good idea. Look at that. That's just the one night we took it off and that hard frost came in, killed it. And so I think we made the right decision in getting the ones out that we did. And because we had extra sheets, these ones survived the night and we're good to go. So back to the pig pen. My goodness, guys, it is feeling like fall out here and in a hurry. Oh, you can hear my wife under there with the drill, getting those back boards off. So next up is this little unit. We're gonna take this down, take all this wire down, and this has turned into quite the project. Good grief. Oh man, I forgot, you guys. Years ago, I don't even know how many years ago, when we were, you know, I'm a big proponent of do whatever you can with what you got. And we're still in that mentality, as you can see by looking around, but back then it was even a little bit more, I don't even know what to say. We used this as one of the boards that we'd put along the bottom over there to put in there. And of course, you guys know what that is. That's an old creeper for working on trucks and cars. I mean, an old one. But oh my goodness, I tell you what, it's so funny to see what we used to do with what we had. And we're still, like I said, we're still doing that. It's just, I guess we've stepped up a little bit at least. So that's funny. Okay, guys, well, we got that all cleaned up as far as we tore it down and everything, got all the wire off of there. So now we're ready to fresh start tomorrow. Well, it looks like the rain's finally hit us, guys, so we're gonna call it good for now. We'll come back out probably tomorrow, maybe later if the weather clears up, but who knows. Probably tomorrow we'll be back out here, gonna build ourselves a little hut for the pigs and just see what the day brings. But thanks for coming along, guys. Like, subscribe, follow along, and join us on our 30 days of October-thon. Have a good one.